An emotional revelation that shook the fandom, redefining what loyalty, love, and unity mean inside BTS. It was a quiet evening on October 2nd, 2025. Paris was still glowing from the glitz of Dior's Spring/Summer 2026 show, where Jimin made his first high-profile appearance since completing his military service. Fans across the world were still breathless over his effortlessly bold, shirtless look. Black blazer, layered jewelry, blonde hair under soft lights, when something unexpected happened. Hours after the fashion show ended, a notification appeared on Weverse. Jimin is live. The moment those 3 words appeared, millions of armies rushed in. The stream crashed twice. Within seconds, over 5 million fans were watching. The air was thick with curiosity. Was this finally the moment Jimin would hint at his long-awaited solo comeback? Jimin, are you coming back with new solo music soon? One fan commented, followed by thousands repeating the same question in dozens of languages. It had been nearly 2 years since Face, Jimin's first solo album that broke records, topped Billboard charts, and left an indelible emotional scar on fans who saw it as his purest self-expression. Rumors had circulated for months that Jimin was secretly recording new material, possibly for Phase 2, or collaborating with international producers. But Jimin's smile that night said something different, something deeper. He took a breath, looked straight into the camera, and said softly, "Bangtan is most important to me." The chat froze. For a brief moment, even the comment section, usually a flood of emojis and hearts, stopped. Fans knew immediately this wasn't a casual statement. It was a declaration. For months, global media had speculated whether BTS members, after their solo successes, might drift apart. Each had built individual empires. Jungkook dominated global streaming charts. V turned heads in luxury fashion. Suga ran his own label projects. RM expanded his artistic universe. J-Hope delved into production. And Jin prepared to re-enter the spotlight post-service. And yet here was Jimin, standing at the center of it all, reminding everyone of what BTS was built on. Brotherhood over ambition. "I know you miss my solo work," he continued, "but what I miss most is standing on stage together with the others. That's what I want right now." Jimin's words struck something emotional in the fandom. Fans began trending hashtags like #BTS comes first and #Jimin we understand, sharing clips from past BTS interviews where he always prioritized the group over himself. For longtime fans, it wasn't surprising. This was the same Jimin who once stayed up all night comforting Jungkook before a performance. The same Jimin who postponed his own rest to record harmonies for V's track. And the same Jimin who cried backstage during permission to dance because he felt the members' energy missing. But this moment hit differently because it wasn't a tearful confession. It was calm, certain, and proud. He wasn't saying he couldn't do solo music. He was saying he didn't want to right now because BTS was finally coming back together. Behind Jimin's statement lies a massive plan already in motion. Sources close to HYB revealed that BTS is preparing a full-group comeback album slated for 2026, marking their first since the military hiatus. Recording sessions reportedly began quietly in late August 2025, with several members seen entering HYB's private studios in Yongsan. Jimin's comment seemed to confirm what fans had been hoping for, that BTS is once again moving as one, a source told Teen Vogue Korea. Jimin has been deeply involved in vocal production and choreography discussions. He's the emotional bridge between all members, the glue that makes their return cohesive. It's poetic, really, Jimin, the member who once doubted his own strength, now holding the emotional thread that connects the group again. During the live stream, Jimin talked about watching old BTS clips during his military service. He mentioned seeing their 2019 Wembley performance and how it made him cry. "We were so happy then," he said quietly. "I realized that's what I want again. That feeling, that energy. All 7 of us. One stage, one dream." Fans flooded the chat with crying emojis. Many shared that they, too, rewatched old BTS concerts during the hiatus. Almost like a shared ritual of missing and remembering, IT wasn't just nostalgia, that IT was healing. Because for 2 years, the world had lived in silence, no concerts, no group photos, no new music. And Jimin's words that night felt like the first sunrise after a long winter. It's no coincidence that this emotional live stream happened right after his show-stopping appearance at Dior's Paris Fashion Week. Jimin has always been a dual being, the global fashion icon adored by designers like Kim Jones and the sentimental artist whose voice trembles with sincerity. His shirtless look at Dior, polished yet vulnerable, symbolized exactly who he is in this new chapter. Unafraid to reveal, unafraid to feel, fashion critics described his presence as melancholic confidence. But fans saw something deeper, a man who had found peace. And that peace came not from fame, but from clarity, knowing that BTS is and always will be his home. Within minutes of the live stream ending, clips of Jimin's words spread across TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, and YouTube Shorts. The hashtag BTS comes first trended in over 40 countries. Armies wrote emotional posts like, "He doesn't just talk about love, he loves it. This is why we chose him as our bias. His heart is louder than any album." Even after all these years, Jimin remains the soul of BTS. Many noticed how calm and grounded he appeared, a stark contrast to the nervous Jimin who once second-guessed every performance. Now, after years of growth, he spoke with quiet power. IT wasn't the confidence of a superstar. IT was the peace of a man who knows exactly who he is. Korean entertainment insiders praised Jimin's statement as rare in an era where solo fame often eclipses group identity. An MBC columnist wrote, "Jimin's declaration reminds us of what made BTS different. They are not 7 soloists under one name. They are 7 hearts beating as one." Even non-fans acknowledged the sincerity behind his words. The Korea Times called it a masterclass in humility, and international outlets like Billboard Japan noted how Jimin's live stream strengthened the anticipation for BTS's 2026 album. Some fans believe Jimin's phrase, "Bangtan is most important to me," may hold a deeper, coded message. In past BTS content, the group often used subtle language to hint at upcoming projects. Could this have been a quiet confirmation that BTS has already started recording? Or was it a message to reassure fans during growing speculation about internal conflicts? Either way, one thing is certain. BTS's reunion era is real, and Jimin is its emotional frontline. Before military service, Jimin's solo album phase was a cultural earthquake. Songs like Crazy and Set Me Free PT2 shattered records, becoming viral sensations worldwide. But behind the success, there was vulnerability. The loneliness of self-reflection. In a behind-the-scenes clip, Jimin once confessed, "I made this album to understand myself when I was lost." And now, in 2025, he seems found again, not through fame, but through unity. The irony is beautiful. The same artist who found himself through solitude now rediscovers joy through togetherness. Jimin ended his live stream with a quiet smile, promising fans that they wouldn't have to wait long for new music, but he carefully chose his words. "Let's look forward to what we'll do together soon. Not I, but we." That simple pronoun sent chills down the fandom's spine, because after years of waiting, heartbreak, and longing, it finally meant one thing: BTS is back. In every group, there's a heartbeat. For BTS, that heartbeat has always been Jimin. His sincerity, empathy, and devotion have quietly shaped the group's soul for over a decade. From comforting members during tough times to reminding millions of fans that love and loyalty still matter, Jimin stands as the bridge between artistry and humanity. He says, "Bangtan is most important to me." It's not just a phrase, it's a promise that no matter how loud the world becomes, no matter how bright the spotlight shines, BTS will always come first. And as the sun sets on Paris and rises over Seoul, one thing feels certain again: Jimin isn't just coming back, BTS is.